Have you ever seen that video where it's like this chick? She's like removing these panels off of it says like the most toxic guys or Asian guys.
Yes.
And you pull it, it's like Thai, Japanese, at the very
it's like
top. The number
it's
one's like
Filipino.
Filipinos.
And they ain't wrong.
And Mackenzie,
Are you sure about that?
once again, is Maddie.
Stop playing with my fucking name. I'll drill y'all.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. I'm Mario.
And I'm Peter.
And we're
Guys That Listen.
On today's show, we got.
It's so cute.
Whoa,
You're like, we're guys that listen. I'm like,
On today's show, she's funny. She loves pickup lines. She's fashionable, and she loves K-pop.
Hey.
Sammie B.
hi guys. And this is great. It's fun being on the podcast. I love this.
This is the part where we ask you. You're in the hot seat now. You know.
What do you guys want to know?
Who is your favorite BTS member?
Of course, his name is V. Everybody, for all the V stands out there, don't come for me. I know he's a visual out there, but your girl likes the visuals in the K-pop groups. That's just me.
What's the visual? What's that mean?
Okay. So like in K-pop groups, they have like positions, I guess. And so like there's like a leader. There's a visual. Like literally, his only job is to like reel you in. Like make.
Is he the one who does the ab thingy?
No, that's Jungkook.
Oh, okay.
Are you a Jungkook stan? I feel like you are.
So I listened to the whole RM album.
Oh, Indigo?
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay.
One of my best friends, she is a huge, like, she is army wife. She is like
Yes.
all about it. For her birthday, I got her
that.
a cutout Jungkook life size.
Oh,
like,
she's
thing.
that stan.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
that. And
I'm not there yet, but.
and then I got her husband a sword in case because
Oh
she
my
wanted
God,
to put it in the
is he-
bedroom.
Is he in it? Like, is he army too?
No, but he
Oh, he's
gets
just-
jealous, so I got him
Oh,
a sword in
got
case he wants to
it.
cut it down.
Oh.
Army's kind of don't come for me, but yeah, army's kind of crazy.
No,
but
they're
I used
crazy.
but I used to be that type of girly, so I understand the
Can't tell.
lifestyle. Yeah, no, honestly, if you guys have seen my TikTok, that's how I got like my like TikTok, or like when people go viral on TikTok.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's how I went viral, because I would always post about BTS because I was just on the high of just loving them. But then you say one wrong thing and people will just like trash you.
So like
That's
if
crazy.
I said RM is ugly, like
Yeah,
you
you'd
would
be
trash me?
trashed,
Okay,
like
I wouldn't
all the
say that.
ARM stands. No, but you listen to Indigo, which is great, so everyone's gonna love you. I swear, you guys will get so many followers from just loving K-pop.
What?
No,
That's
it's true.
crazy. I
Army-
love K-pop too.
There it is. And then I'll teach you guys. You guys to do the little hearts.
Oh yeah,
What the heck is that?
Saranghae.
You are a star. Yeah, they throw out these like little cute hearts. Like it's what they do, but like it's a small little heart. Wow, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
teach
not
you
a
guys.
visual person, so.
You're not the visual. You
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
realize
I'm
that.
not the
It's
visual.
okay. You could be the leader of the group, or you could
okay.
be the dancer. You could be the singer.
No, I
whatever.
can't sing, but
Saying
yeah.
the leader's the ugly one. Just saying.
Oh, really? I'll take it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I had a 3-hour drive to Santa Barbara, and it was literally she just put the album on
Yeah.
repeat, and I was like, okay, guess I'm listening to this now, and I'm like, now I know it.
I feel like a lot of people don't like K-pop just because they're like, oh, what are they saying? But I feel like there's just a lot of other artists where it's like, I don't speak Spanish, but I like Bad Bunny or
Yeah.
whatever, and I don't know what
Bad
they're saying,
Bunny.
but it's just vibes, really.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I went to the BTS concert back in 2019 or 18. I knew nothing about them. I just went because my sister was a stan, and then when I went, I walked out wanting to know way more than I should have.
Oh.
And that's when I went absolutely insane.
So
Wow.
you got
Yeah.
converted. One show and you
Yeah.
got converted.
So BTS was like the start of it, which usually happens with K-pop stans, and then we get into like the other groups. I'm just like a boy
Oh.
group lover versus like a girl group lover.
So no,
But-
like Blackpink or anything.
Oh
like
no,
that?
I do love Blackpink, but
Oh.
I'm not like as obsessed. I know this sounds so crazy, but when BTS got Instagram accounts, I would literally stalk them and try to find like where they are at any given moment.
Even though they're in like another country.
Correct.
Oh.
There's like so many people who would just be like, I saw him at this coffee shop and I didn't go up to him. I was like, damn, I just want to know the tea. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
when
that's
people are like, oh, they arrive at the airport and they find the schedule
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Also, can I cuss on?
Yeah, yeah,
Cut-
yeah.
Oh, okay, I don't know. I
You,
don't know.
you can say whatever the fuck
Go
you
for
want.
it.
Okay, yeah. But when they would just like find the schedules and all that stuff, like it's just stands are crazy. But I
That's
just like seeing it from
crazy.
afar because I used to be one, but I can't be that way anymore. It's
Okay.
too much brain
Oh.
space. you
Now
know what I
that
mean?
now that you've not a stan anymore, you've gone past that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think it is? Like what is that calling? Like cuz it seems like
Oh.
dude, I've seen like okay, for like Ivy, like she is so passionate about it.
Oh,
If
yeah.
I was half as passionate as her about anything in my business, I would be a fucking like,
Dude.
billionaire.
Yeah.
But I was like, dude, I see the passion and I'm like, whoa, like you guys like go all in on this. There's like it's unreal. You
Yeah.
know?
If we have a whole separate episode about it, it's like the whole fandom is crazy.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
now that you're rehabilitated, though, like,
Yes.
can you give us a little like glimpse into the world? What is it
Like,
about it? Yeah, like
Just the K-pop world or my world?
both actually. You know, what made you so obsessed? Like, what is it that?
Yeah, I'm
so-
curious
how does
too.
how does
They're-
it like?
They're just so. First, it's like the visuals, right? You fall for them. You like get sucked into their group. They're like, ooh, they're so cute. But specifically for BTS, they have way more meanings into their songs. Everyone knows this. I feel like if you like research into BTS, they help. Like there was one album, or like they do a trilogy of albums, but one was about loving yourself and trying to find how to love yourself, and that helped a lot of Gen Z, like teenagers and everything, even older girls like me or boys. I can't discriminate, but yeah, I just feel like they have more meaning than just like. I feel I call it Western music, just like fuck bitches and get money.
Oh.
They're like, you should learn to love yourself and like get to really know who you are and things like that.
Oh.
So it's just like, damn, I could really resonate with that because if you don't speak Korean, you don't know what they're saying. And so you kind of have to like look up the lyrics and like read it and you're like, oh, damn. Okay, that hit kind of hard.
Wow.
Like I was going ham at the concert and then I was like, that's what I was singing about? Okay.
I mean, I've heard about, K-pop fans and stuff like that. We have a friend named Stephanie. She's insane.
You guys gotta hook me up with all your friends. I love the K-pop stands.
I think she told me one of her friends who's also like a big fan. During quarantine, she paid $25,000 to have like a 5-minute video chat with one of like the pop
Okay,
stars.
I've heard that, and I
Yeah.
just feel like that's so insane. But also, I'll just expose myself on this because I feel so guilty sometimes
She's like, I
about
paid
it.
60.
Okay, hopefully this doesn't get me canceled, but like you can just work the system. Okay, so when BTS had their concert in LA, it was like right after quarantine, everybody was just like, oh shit, let's go. Like, we need to fucking see them.
Yeah.
And I got really fucking lucky to get the pre-sale. And it's a big deal because you have to buy like a army membership and then you have to like get in the, like, it's a whole fucking thing. It's a whole process. Yeah, you pay extra money just to get the pre-sale. Yeah. But I got the pre-sale because they canceled their COVID concert. But because I got it, I got 4 tickets, 100 level, which is like a miracle. And then I sold 2 of them for way over market price.
Like how much way over are we talking
Dude.
about?
I want you to guess what one ticket was, 100 level. And just know the
You're
base
talking about
price.
retail?
Yeah, base price was like $270, let's say.
I think each one's like, was it 2,000?
Very close.
Yeah. Oh.
$1,700 per ticket.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
my
dude.
friend got 8 of them. That's
Okay,
why
dude. Okay, I wouldn't
yeah.
honestly do resale, but I did have a friend who got me on floor, but like regular price. Sound check, everything, and like to see their faces in real life was absolutely insane, just like my whole dream. But I would not pay. Like some people were selling that shit for $10,000.
Jesus
If I was in the
Christ.
resale game, like people do with sneakers, like I would make so much money. But I rather see them than like yeah. After that, I felt so guilty like selling the tickets. But honestly, like those girls or boys enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to know who got it. Just
Yeah.
enjoy your life, and that's it. Literally, because it paid for all. Because I went to all 4 days of the LA concert. That basically paid for all my tickets.
You said that you became a K-pop fan not that long ago, right?
Yeah, like a couple years ago. It's just a lot of the things that like I feel like whatever my sister really does, she's my older sister. Like I kind of just do whatever she does because I love.
Oh.
We're very very similar. We're like a year and a half apart.
Wow. So how did you fall into it? Because your sister was really into it?
Yeah, she moved to another state. And then she just was on Twitter, I think, one day and just saw who these boys were, saw that our friend like was liking their stuff and somehow they connected and they were like, okay, let's stand them together. And then she got so obsessed that she got me into it.
Whoa.
So I feel like this is like my origin story of like how I
Yeah.
became like evil and crazy. But this
Scalping
is just like
all the tickets.
no, that's scalping tickets.
Not
and-
evil.
I'm just kidding. Not the evil part, but like
Just
the crazy
crazy.
stand. Yeah, you guys can label me as a crazy stand. That's totally fine. I like seeing artists like in real life because it makes it seem like you just want to see their vibe, and I can't get much off of a like Spotify. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to see how they interact with the audience, and that's how I kind of just like fell into it. Because before that, before the K-pop craziness, I had a friend. I mean, I have a friend, and we used to go to concerts all the time, and it introduced me to new artists. Like, do you guys know Casey Musgraves?
Yeah.
Love her, but I didn't. She's like
Country
a
artist,
country
right?
pop, yeah. And I went to her concert with him and just fell in love. I knew nothing about her, knew none of her songs, and after you kind of just want to get to know more.
Yeah.
So I feel like you just got to experience it.
Are you like that with anything else?
Kinda, like you kind of just got to experience everything before you decide if you hate it or not.
So
I agree
what
with that.
else are you like this deep into?
Oh, well, like, I don't know if this is like lame, but I just like making content.
Uh-huh.
And like, I was always watching people like during quarantine, like make it. And then you realize like you're spending so much time like watching people do it. Like, why don't you just fucking do it?
Yeah.
And so one day I just picked up my phone and set it on my tripod, and then the rest was history.
Oh,
Like, I
nice.
love that type of shit. Like, my sister was like, stop fucking watching them. Like, you can do it. Like, you're better than that. I was like, you're fucking right.
Yeah. Sounds like you and your sister are really close.
Oh, yeah. We're besties.
Always?
Always.
Oh, you
well,
guys-
maybe during growing up we weren't, but
Like
yeah.
when?
Like high school, we were starting to get close. So maybe a little bit before that, we just fight a lot. But that's like sisters, you know what I mean? We're best friends.
Is she your most important person?
Period. Yes.
Wow.
You know how it goes. You guys have
Nice.
siblings?
Yeah.
Yeah. My sister's my most important person too.
Nice. Older? Younger?
Younger.
Younger?
Little sister.
Not
Peter,
like that for me at all.
Peter hates his siblings, so.
I don't hate my siblings. I get along with my siblings. It's just
civil?
we're not super close.
Oh.
You know, we're close. We're not super close though.
I know when some people describe close, like I want to know what it means by close. Like I tell my sister everything, like every fucking detail.
Yeah, no.
No? Uh-huh.
No.
Some
Explain,
people think
Mario.
they're close, but they keep it like surface level, but they're close. You know what I mean?
At least for myself, it's like there's this understanding when you know like that this is your blood, this is your family, and you know,
Yeah.
and we've always had that. Like we're introverts at heart, so we're always a little bit quieter. But we've had moments of like talking, like, hey, like you know that like I'm here for you regardless of anything, and like I'm always gonna be here. So
Okay.
we've had those talks, you know, but we don't talk like every single day, like, oh hey, blah blah, how's your day, or share like all our stuff. No, it's not like that. But there is that bond that we have where it's like, you know,
like
and
that.
sometimes like we got to this point where like we talked about it, you know, and she's like, I always assumed it was her. I'm like, me too, you know, like it's just kind of unspoken.
So
What about
you're
you?
really close to your sister.
Oh yeah. Like
So-
every detail.
Does your sister's approval mean a lot then?
Yes. Oh my God, yes. I feel like she has to approve everything in my life.
Everything.
Well, I say everything, but I think it's true. It's like I feel like I don't need her approval, and then she's like, "Dude, you just want me to say yes, so then like you feel better about it." I was like, "Kinda," because
Yeah.
I feel like if I do something wrong, then I feel like she has to know about it, and like she also was helping me in my decision, so I got to blame somebody.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Was there anything that she disapproved of at one point?
I don't know. She's kind of just like very brutal about a lot of things, so she'll just tell you things straight up. So I don't think she ever like disapproved of anything. She's always just encouraging me to be like less shy.
Oh, has she
So,
ever
yeah.
disapproved of anyone?
No, she'll just tell me immediately if they're trash or not.
Oh,
Like, so she won't tell you if like, you don't fucking hang out with them. She's like, see what happens, but I'll tell you what it is, like straight up.
and
Yeah.
it's been
Oh
what's
yeah,
it?
because okay, I'll tell this one story. Like when I started dating again, there was one boy I went on a date with, and we met up. But I told like it was my first date, so I was like, he was with his friends, and I was with my sister, and I was like, yo, like come with me because I don't know, like I don't want to meet him alone, you know. Anyway, she came, and like the moment, oh my God, I hope he doesn't watch this, but. He's gonna know. It's okay. You're a nice boy, but it wasn't the vibe. Like the moment he walked in, my sister and I gave literally just like this, and I knew it was so slight. It was like, and then
What?
and then and after, we debriefed, and I was like, the moment it happened, I was like, I'm sorry, dude. I didn't mean to make you go on this. She's like, no, and she got way more info from him than I did. And she was like, I need to vet him now, so then you know what's going on.
So
And I was
what
like,
was
oh.
it that?
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it?
It was just his vibe. Like it wasn't there. Like we were texting, and then he showed up, and it just wasn't what it seemed like.
Was the vibe
I
there
don't
through
know how to-
text?
Did he lie about his height? Was he ugly? Like
If you ever watch this, I'm so sorry. It's his. I'm attracted to voices, like, and
Oh.
it just wasn't there. Yeah,
His
like I mean,
voice.
like the tone of his voice, like it was just very like a little higher pitch, but also he was giving homie vibe versus like I'm in, like he was into me, and I thought maybe I was into him, but it seemed more like he would be the homie.
vibes. Was it like, hey, Sammy? how are you?"
yeah, okay, yeah. I don't know.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
She's like,
and I think he was trying to make me someone I wasn't, like asking me questions that like was just not my vibe, and so I was like, I'm
What-
just gonna stop it there. Like he was asking me questions like do you listen to EDM music? And I was like, no, I like K-pop. And then he was trying to get me to go to like this show with him, and I was like, EDM's not my vibe.
Oh.
I like R&B, and I was like, I like K-pop, I like K-dramas. And then he called me a Korea boo. And I was like, absolutely not. Like, red flag, it's over.
whoa.
Yeah.
Korea boo?
So it's kind of, I wouldn't call it like a derogatory type of term, but it's kind of just like someone, how do I describe it? Like someone who's like really obsessed with
Like
the
a
culture.
otaku, kind of like.
What is that?
Otaku.
Like a weeb.
Oh, okay.
Like
yeah,
a
yeah,
weeb,
same
like a
thing.
weeb.
Yeah, like a
yes.
weeb.
So it's
But,
otaku.
yeah, but I know that I'm obsessed and I'm crazy, but it's just but I acknowledge it. So
Yeah.
I feel like also calling someone that is just so like rude, and
Out
I'm
of
just
pocket.
like
It's one thing for
out
you
of
to.
pocket for show.
It's
like,
one thing for you to say yourself about
Yeah.
yourself. It's another thing for someone you're on a date with to kind of like say it to you.
Yeah,
You know
because he was
what
like
I mean?
texting me after about it, and I was just
Yeah.
like, But I feel like the moment it happened, I was like, okay, you know what? It was just to test the waters, and then I was
Wow.
like, that's done. Yeah.
You were saying something where it's like homie vibe versus something else vibe. What were you gonna say?
Like I don't know how to describe it. Like it's more like we're attracted to each other versus like I don't know. When he showed up, he was just like, "What's up?" You know, like type of
He
thing.
like dapped you up and everything.
Yeah, like that's what it
Oh,
feels.
that's weird.
That's what it feels like. Like I think he was trying, but like I know he was nervous, but it's just like I feel like when you meet someone and you like, I don't think you have that instant attraction, but I feel like you have to have that some sort of like, quote unquote spark. You know what I mean? And it wasn't there for me.
Do you always need a spark?
No, because I feel like sometimes a spark grows.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I feel like sometimes a spark grows, but like you kind of gotta trust your gut and intuition like immediately, or else it's just you're gonna live this lie throughout your. You know what I mean?
Oh.
It's just like if you knew it was gonna happen, don't tell yourself it's not.
So does that mean like there's no chance of ever getting out the friend zone? Is that how it works?
Well, maybe for him, he can't get out of it because it was immediate like friend zone.
Yeah.
I don't even know this guy. I feel bad for him.
I know, and I feel bad because like I ghosted him and I didn't mean to.
Oh
It
no!
gets worse.
know,
He's
yeah.
probably gonna watch this.
Yeah, I just felt like immediately though. I should have said it because I
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
believe in like karma will come back to you. But like there was like stressful things happening in my life and I wasn't responding to anybody. But he happened to be texting me during that time, and so I'm not making excuses, but
No,
I just
no.
couldn't respond to. Like, I was just going through so much with like work and my personal life that I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna not talk to nobody. So,
Did
yeah.
he continue to text you?
He texted me one more time after, like I think like a month after, just like, hey, how you doing? And then I was like, no, it's been a month. I can't. I feel really bad. Like, what do you
Wow.
guys feel about ghosting? I want to know. Like, if you got ghosted or you ghosted someone, I feel like I don't know how to date, so people are just like, these are the rules. Like,
Oh.
it happens. I'm like, what? I would not like to get ghosted.
I've been ghosted before,
Really?
but I have been. I mean, I don't think you've experienced this at all, right? 'Cause
What?
you didn't do like any online dating before or anything. like that.
No,
So there was this bit by Aziz Ansari when he was talking about being ghosted and stuff, and he was like, you know, how can you do this to me? Like,
Yeah.
I bought you pizza. Like,
And I'm like, what just happened? I know you read that shit. You responded to 20 other things I just said. What, do you not like me anymore? You don't have 2 seconds to say, yes, I want to get pizza, or no, I don't want to get pizza? Would you check your phone into a locker and go ride a roller coaster for a few hours? What's the deal?
and I remember, and I was like, oh, I kind of, and he talks about how like, you're attaching this like kind of emotion to this person you haven't met yet, or you might have gone on one date yet, and you feel they owe you something because you've been exchanging like conversation or whatever. And when I was younger, like I did feel that way. I was like, damn, this person ghosted me after we've been talking for like a week or something, and like, oh man. And I can't say obviously I've done it too, but because of the way it made me feel, like I didn't really do it too often. Like it,
But you still did it.
I still did it when I was like when I was younger and I was more of a coward, and I'm like, I don't know how to express my feelings and say like you're ugly or like you suck or like
Yeah.
you're
So brutal. You're ugly.
or like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just not attracted to you, or like we don't have that vibe, you know?
Yeah.
Because I've been on dates, and then you know it's the same thing has happened to me where they text you back like a month later, like, hey, like what's up, what happened? And I'm like,
The girl will?
yeah,
Oh, I like
and I'm
that.
like, oh fuck, I can't say anything to this, you
Wow,
know?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's because like there was no indication during the date where I was just like, hey, we're not gonna work out, you know, sorry.
Yeah.
It was more like, oh, okay, yeah, good night, and then I'm like, oh, never talking to that person again.
It happens. You got to accept the rules of dating. Like, you put yourself out there, but you can't be hurt if you didn't, like, if it was just a couple of messages that went back and forth, one date, whatever. But if it was, like, I don't know, a couple of dates with, like, texting in between and there's no explanation, then I feel like that's rude, right?
That's a little different. That's a little different.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
What about imagine ghosting your like significant other? That'd be kind of crazy, huh?
Oh.
There's have you ever seen this TV show? It's called Entourage.
Yes.
Yeah, so in Entourage, the main character Vince, he ghosts all his girlfriends.
His
So-
girlfriends.
His
like,
girlfriends. So he's always like,
Why?
I don't know. That's just what he does.
Okay,
So they'll be like, oh,
interesting.
you broke up with that girl, didn't you? He's like, no, I just stopped talking to her. So he has a bunch of girlfriends still because he never breaks up and he just ghosts them.
Oh no! Wouldn't you just want to know why you got ghosted? Like, I feel bad. I feel like I should
Oh,
just
yeah.
give this explanation, but like, I feel like someone would want to know why. So I feel like you should just tell them.
Yeah.
So
Like, sorry, I didn't see the spark. Maybe I
Yeah.
should have done this, and I'm just projecting. But like, bruh, I feel like you just gotta know in life.
I think that's one of the reasons why people are eager to get an answer. Right? It's closure. It's a very common thing, right?
Ooh.
Whether it's dating or just actually being in a serious relationship, closure is like everything. And even when you talk to them, sometimes it might not be enough because it's not what they want to hear. They're trying
Yeah.
to get you to like, confirm what they think. Sometimes.
That's true. But what I've learned in life is like, just give yourself closure. Like, don't, like, I don't know. I just feel like you can't rely on someone else to make you feel a certain way.
Yes.
So get your closure yourself. Make up whatever story, whatever you want to believe. Just give yourself closure or you can't move on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just write off closure. Like I don't
What
even
is
care.
that? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
I wish I
don't
was
need
like
closure.
that. I just need answers to like close it off. So you kind of just like end the book yourself, or that's what I do, and then you just move on.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just I feel like it's like a coping mechanism, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you got to do something.
The ghosting thing and the coping mechanism, like I think that does work, especially if like that's something you found for yourself.
Oh yeah.
Because for me, like anytime that something hasn't worked out, now I'm like, if on my end, I'm like, hey, this is why it didn't work out. Because I've been on that other end. So now I'm like, hey, I just didn't feel spark. You know, I'm like, oh, hey, I don't think we should continue or something, you
appreciate
know?
that.
Because it's like, you've been on that other end. And it's like, yeah, it is, at the end of the day, for me, like, it kind of, I don't believe in karma, but like, I do believe, like, you should not do bad things.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, let me go out of my way. Because maybe someday, like, you know, this will happen to me. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
At least someone will be honest with me.
Yeah. I respond to everyone. So
That's so good.
I don't want to talk to them. Like, "Ah, yeah, hey, what's up? What's going on? But yeah, I don't know. I don't have mind. I don't mind responding to people. It's usually doesn't cause me too much, and I usually let them know like, hey, I'm too busy to respond or something.
Oh, that's nice. I
Yeah.
should probably do that. I just like wait a couple days and I'm like, ah, fuck, I totally forgot to text you back.
Wait,
Yeah.
so have you been ghosted?
No.
we got time?
I haven't really been in the dating game for that long, but
What do you mean not that long?
like a year? Is that
Oh,
long?
you only recently started dating? Mm-hmm. A
Yeah.
year
You never
ago?
had a boyfriend before?
No, I had someone who I was with for a really long time.
okay.
Oh, but you guys didn't date, like go on dates.
She means the dating game, not going
like
on dates.
after the breakup, like you just go out. Like I didn't really like date a bunch of people. I was like, I just want to do me
Oh, because
and like do my like.
I think I
do
heard
stuff
you
for my
wrong.
life.
That's why.
Oh.
I thought you said that I haven't been in the dating game that long.
Well, like I guess you and I might have different definitions. I just meant like dating people and like meeting new
Yeah,
people and like
I get
doing
you.
all that stuff. I don't know. I feel like it was just a lot of effort. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna focus on myself, and that's where the effort's gonna be.
So have you experienced love?
Yeah,
Like
for
that.
sure. Yeah, for sure. And I feel like everybody deserves love, and I feel like everybody deserves happiness. So I feel like all the viewers out there, find your true love. And you might break some hearts in between, or your heart might get broken, but it's totally fine.
And you said you've experienced love
Yeah,
before,
I definitely have.
like from one specific person or a couple times.
A couple times before, because I feel like you experience different types of love with people, and it's all just, I don't know how to explain it, because like you can love one person, but you can also love another person, but just in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just how it is. Have
Like
you guys
your-
experienced love? It's so like, I feel like guys are just so like cold-hearted, and they're just like, yeah.
I think we've talked about this, right? Where it's like,
we?
is there, first love. Was it first love or one true love?
I don't know.
It's like, do you believe that you have, okay, let's say you experience like true.
Oh, I know you're talking about. There's like 3 different types of loves.
Oh, is it?
Is that what you're gonna say?
Well, there's
Oh,
true
tell me
love.
yours.
Let's say you experience love with someone, right? And they're like, you know, they're the one. But then, you know, something happens, you guys break up, whatever. And then you experience love again. Is it the same thing as that previous love? As like maybe your first love?
No, I don't think so. And I feel like you have to love people differently, because everyone also has like different ways they want to be loved.
Yeah.
And you also change as a person.
Yeah.
So you want to be loved a certain way, like in your life.
Yeah.
But I thought there was like 3 types of love. I thought that's what you were gonna say.
What
It's
are they?
like your first love, your true love, and like the love that comes easy.
Oh.
And so you're supposed to experience 3 in your life.
Never had the easy one, so.
You never had the easy one.
It's all hard love for him.
You just
I
experienced the
work
same
hard.
lesson.
My hands are like this from all the hard work in the relationships.
I feel like that's like life just giving you the same lesson until you learn it over again. Like until you fucking master that lesson.
Oh, Peter, don't listen.
I feel like that's what it is for you. You better, unless you experience another love, you're still gonna repeat the same thing.
What do you need to learn?
I
still?
mean, I don't know. Obviously, I've learned nothing. So
It's gonna hit you again. So next time it happens and it's like kind of the same, you're gonna
Yeah.
think about it. It's gonna be like in your brain.
if I have learned anything, it's not to try to make things fit.
What do you mean?
So, for instance, like I always try to the people that I've been in love with, my significant others. I've always tried to shift them or shape them into like a person that they're not in order to fit, I guess, the criteria that I have for them. And there's this saying, I forget where I got it from, or did I think of it? I forget. But it's,
You're like,
it's
am I the
a-
genius or am I not?
Yeah, it's I know I've said it a couple times, that's why, but it's like stop trying to make the pieces that don't fit, so that the pieces that fit perfectly fall into place.
Yeah, I think it's true.
Yeah.
Like they
By
told you
Peter
about
Lee.
that.
I have definitely have that quote before, but yeah, I noticed I've done that a lot, and I think it's just me as a person in general. Like I always look out for the people around me. I surround myself with people that I care about. So when I care about them, and I see maybe there's ways to improve, or maybe there's things they want to do that I can help encourage them to do, I would always push them that direction. You know, so even if this person right now might not be the right person for me, I could push them to if it aligns with them too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, to be that person that they want to be, but also I want them to be. But that's what I mean. And I think I just need to stop doing that because it's a lot of work. It's
Yeah.
a lot of work.
I
I
see.
disagree though. Like I feel like that isn't as much as like forcing someone to fit, because like Peter is the kind of person who like he doesn't do that just to his like significant other. He does it for his friends too. Like he sees friends and like they will tell you something like, I want to be like this famous DJ, I want to do this, you know, and
Oh,
Peter
yeah.
will like try and help him out, be like, hey, you should do this, or like, hey, you should come on this, and like kind of maybe give opportunities for them to like follow down that path that they want to take. And I know you do the same thing with like your relationships, and I think that's okay. I think that's part of like you and your partner becoming better, you and
But-
your partner improving. Obviously there's like a fine line, like, you know, like don't fucking do this, or like, you know, but I don't think that's something you should eliminate from yourself. I think that's something that's core to you, and it is why you do so many things as well.
Yeah.
You know, you can't just like take that away from yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to take it away from myself. I just think that there's a certain level where I'm like really forcing this piece to fit that really does not.
But like, do you mean just like an interest wise? Because like
No, it could be
uplifting
multiple.
someone to just like be a better version of themselves is just like in any relationship. It could be your significant other, it could be your friends or whatever. But I feel like, are you trying to fit that person to like the same interests as you?
No, so
Oh.
example would be, I had a significant other who wanted to start a brand. You know, she talked about it, and she would want to do like specific things for it, and I would help guide the decision making. But in the very end, I could tell with that person, as much as they want to start a brand, so do a lot of people, and she's not. As much as she talks about it, it's not really what she's about.
Oh, she got to
You-
be about it.
Yeah, you kind of get a lot of those people like, I want to do this, I want to do that, and a lot of people end up being all talk, you know.
Yeah.
And for me, like if I hear that talk, I'm gonna push you that direction. So I noticed that that's not really what you're about. You like the idea of having a successful brand. You don't like the idea of starting a brand. You know, doing something, putting the
I
work,
see,
and
I see.
grinding it out. That's where I'm like, okay, well, you know, they just want the end result and they don't like the whole
Yeah.
process. And to me, that's a different person than what I would like. You know, I want the person to be willing to work hard for something that they
There you
would
go.
love to do.
Yeah.
You know, and if all they're seeking is just the reward, then that's a little different.
You kind of just got to like test the waters a little bit and just see what effort you can put in. But if it's not the end result that you don't want, then you got to think about like long term. Like, what do I really want to deal with this or not?
Yeah.
What about yourself? Have
What do
you
you mean?
found there's things that, you know, you haven't been able to work out with the people you've dated, you know, things about either yourself or them that kind of keep coming up, you know, lessons that you might not have learned?
It's more of a lesson for myself. I just have to realize that you just got to be true to yourself. Like, just follow your intuition. And also, like, I'm such a shy girl, and I feel like I need to ask more questions, and I just need to, like, to get the end result, you have to like ask all the right questions or like just so you know.
Yeah.
Because I don't like the unknown. Like I don't want to just fuck around and like
Find out.
well, maybe I want to fuck around and find out, but like we gotta really find out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's hard to like explain. I just need to be more out there and just not be shy, or else I don't get the end result that I want.
Would you say you're not confrontational?
It depends who the person is.
How about in a relationship setting?
Oh, I think to a certain point, I have to know. I like asking straight up, even with my friends, like, how do you deal with confrontation? Because for me, I have to realize sometimes I come off strong, where I'd be like, yo, what the fuck is up? Like,
Oh.
let's talk about it right now. But some people, like, I would want to deal with it this moment. Like, I find out something's wrong, let's talk about it right now. But some people are like, I need my space. And I'm like, you're the space guy. I don't want the space guy. You?
No, I used to.
I'm like,
I used to not be the space guy, but
Okay.
I am the space guy now.
yeah, I feel like space is cool, but like you gotta give somebody like a timeline, bro, like me. Like
That-
be like, I need my space for like 2 hours.
That's what he
leave me
does now.
alone.
That is what he does now.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I give you
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I don't like the unknown. When
Place,
people are like,
yeah.
don't fucking talk to me. I'm like, for how long? Because I will come back. If you say 7 hours, I will count
Set the
7 hours
timer.
from now. Yeah, because I feel like you gotta have like those uncomfortable conversations, but I'm always just so scared to have them. But I will just one day. Like sometimes I'll just have this like spark in me, and I'll just be like, let's fucking go for it. Like let's just talk about it right now.
Has there been like a particular situation that stands out to you that you did speak up?
I don't let it build up to a certain point. Like I just have to like go for it right now. So they're
Yeah.
just like small little events that I feel are so minuscule now that like they've just left my brain.
It
You know
does.
what I mean?
It does get pretty hard though if you keep on putting it off.
Yeah,
I
that's
had
for
a-
sure.
I had a conversation with one of my friends. It was a long time ago, but it was a conversation with my friend Glover, and it was
You say Glover?
yeah, his name's Glover.
Like Donald Glover?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
his cousin. Just kidding.
No, it was
But-
like, tell me more.
but
just got engaged.
a long time ago, my friend Glover kind of had this, I guess, hygiene smell thing going on with him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you told him?
Yeah.
Oh,
and then
nice.
so everyone would point it out, but no one would tell him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of just gotta tell him.
Yeah. So years went by, you know, where
Years.
Yeah, years would go by, and this was when we were a lot younger, and he had no idea. So at one point, they're like, "Peter, you gotta talk to him," and I'm like, "How the fuck do I tell him
Yeah.
something that I haven't talked to him about in years?" You know. So eventually, I did tell him, and this is what changed my mindset about it. Because he considers me like a best friend. I consider him a best friend too, and
Claiming
he-
he's your best friend right now. It's like we're besties, right?
I mean, I have a lot of best friends, but
Yeah.
yeah, we're best friends, bro. But he told me that he was like, "Wow, I'm surprised you guys kind of hid this from me." And how long has it been? I think I told him it's like been like what 3-4 years.
Oh, was he hurt?
And yeah, he was like, "I thought you were like my best friend," and then I didn't even know how much it hurt him. I understood he was hurt. That's all I knew.
Mm-hmm.
And then years later, he told me like, I think don't
Quote you?
quote me on this, but he said he was suicidal at one point because of that. And I was like, holy shit, those things like mean a lot. And as
Yeah.
much as you try to be like avoidant of those kind of awkward conversations, those conversations that make you feel uneasy,
Yeah.
it's like so crucial. And usually
Yeah.
the more, uneasy you feel, more likely that you have to talk about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You kind of just gotta like start small, like with yourself. I feel like for me, I just like practice a little bit. Like you just gotta like tell people. Like I start off like even if we're just starting out as friends too. Like if something's in your teeth, I will tell you.
Oh, thank
but
you.
know,
Yeah.
some people are like so uncomfy to tell someone. I'm like, why? Or it's just like you just gotta start small, so then you can get bigger and bigger and bigger to like
Oh,
those
yeah, yeah.
uneasy conversations. But like sometimes it's hard because you think about that person. And you're like, fuck, what are they gonna think after? Like, are we still gonna be friends after? Like, but that's a real true test of friendship. I feel.
Let's
Yeah.
do it right now, guys. All right.
happened?
We're gonna do it right now.
Okay, what are we
All
gonna do?
right.
We're gonna point out each other's flaws.
Oh, is that what we're doing? Just was.
I'm so soft. I don't know if I could do it.
Yeah, I'm not getting out here to be
Peter.
ridiculed.
I'm scared. I don't want to ruin this.
You need to clean your car.
That's fair.
It's fair.
That's fair.
It's fair.
All right.
You go.
Mario, you need to be on time.
All right. That's fair. Fair.
I'm glad that
Fair.
you guys are doing like outside traits and not like physical traits. I'm
Oh,
so
no,
soft
no,
that I
no,
feel
we're
like,
perfect in that
Oh, okay, I
sense.
love that. No, I can't go because I feel like I'm
Say
gonna ruin
go.
this. What am I gonna say? I
Whatever
can't.
you want.
Like,
Yeah.
like I have this friend at her bachelorette. She wants a roast session, and I feel like I'm having so much anxiety because I don't want to roast her.
You
Like,
don't want to roast
I don't,
it.
but she's asking for it.
Do you not roast people in general?
No, that's not my MO. That's not my brand. That's why I feel like.
Are you
Also,
more-
you guys are just like,
Yeah.
I'm just like
Oh.
happy and bubbly all the time. But like, maybe behind closed doors, I'll tell you like fucking cut that shit. I don't know.
This is behind closed doors.
Yeah. Is it?
It is. Honestly, now that I think about it, you know, if I was in his position, I would want people to tell me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like you gotta just do it in a like private setting.
Yeah, that's fine too.
So
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. I feel like you just gotta be straight up with
Oh
people.
man, I'm so bad at that.
What?
So if something like happens, and let's say it's like in a group setting, and I do this pretty often, and maybe it's just like me being passive aggressive, but I'll mention like some snide remarks about certain things, and I'll put it in like a group setting so that everyone would kind of notice.
What? That's
Sir!
Yeah.
What?
okay, man.
Yeah, I remember one time. So we're staying upstream here, and then one of my friends, Jude, he was like, "Oh yeah, well you guys have to bring this up and do all these things, and you know, set up the lights and all the DJ equipment. It's gonna take me so much to bring it back and forth and something like that." So we're in a group chat. And I was like, "Oh, sorry, Jude. We'll just set everything up, work our asses off, make sure everything's all good for
you're
you.
that
You just come
type.
in and just play. And it'll be perfect." And then he came up to me the next day. He was like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry I said that. Like I didn't even realize that I was coming off like that." But everyone else, they would text me personally like, "Oh damn, you're pissed off at Jude, huh?" I'm like, "Oh, was it that obvious?"
So you didn't know that you were
No,
that
I knew.
obvious?
No, I
No,
knew.
you
Oh,
knew
okay.
what you were doing.
Okay.
I knew what I was doing.
He
It
didn't
was-
know what he was saying, like
it
how he was
intense,
saying it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jude
yeah.
didn't understand that he was saying it in a way
Yeah.
where it's like, "You guys work your asses off. I'll come through whenever I want to come through. I'll be the princess." You know.
Is this your
So,
toxic trait?
I think it might be because I do that to everyone.
I've seen you do it a little bit.
You're like, I've experienced it.
I haven't experienced it actually.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
much, right?
Not at that level
Nothing,
yet.
nothing bad to say about Mario. That's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm perfect.
I think I've gone that because in my relationships, it was really hard to be upfront sometimes because they would ask questions like that you can't really have answers to or any real answers. You know?
Like?
Like, "Oh, do I look fat in this dress?"
It's always a no.
Dude, it's always like
I
setting
know it's a
yourself
no,
up.
but it's like, are you being honest? You know what I
Oh.
mean?
No, I would want someone to be honest. Like I know that I'm like a skinny human, so I'm just like when I look fat or like I don't really ask those type of questions or like, does this make me look good? Like I want someone to be honest. Like you can't let me walk out the fucking house looking like trash.
Yeah.
Which
Okay,
should
so-
never happen anyway, but I'm just saying.
All right. So tell me if this is wrong of me. Okay.
Okay.
So one of my significant others, she's told me, always be upfront with me about how I look.
Yeah.
Because I always want to make sure to upkeep myself. If I'm like slacking, you know, let me know so that I can take care of myself, make sure that I'm in my best shape.
Okay.
So there was like a time period where she wasn't as much, and then she asked me like, "Oh, how's my butt look?" And I was like, "You want to know the truth?" And she's like, "Yeah." And one of her pride is like her ass, right? And so I was like, "Oh, it's it was a little bit perkier when we met." It's not sagging. It's just not as perky, right? And she's like, "Oh my god, really? Why? Like I can't believe it looks like that." I'm like, "Well, I mean, you asked me to
She
tell you."
asked though, like she told you to be straight up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And sometimes there's no winning those conversations, and maybe it's like that for me too. Maybe because I ask people to be straight with me, but I just haven't had anything where I'm like, holy shit, like it hits me in the same way where I would be like, why would you say that about me?
I just feel like she asked for it. You gotta take it. Like
Yeah.
if you're asking someone to be straight up, you have to be ready for fucking anything.
Yeah.
Like literally anything.
And I put it very nicely. I was like, yeah, it's still nice. Just, not as perky.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And she was just like offended.
Yeah, she was like a little upset.
I think it's
Damn.
more of a her thing than a you thing. I'm sure there's people who like will be helpful to criticism or receptive to criticism, But I feel like, and we can edit this part out, because I remember you told me this story where she was like, "Oh, do I give better head than her?"
Oh, okay, that is like, dude, never answer that. Never answer those fucking questions. It's a fucking trap. I swear to
People
God.
ask that?
Oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
God, you don't even. Oh,
I just don't
Jesus
even want to
Christ.
compare. Like I feel like
You shouldn't. I really should.
I feel like I don't compare anyway. Like if that's toxic to yourself,
No,
then I
it-
feel like you're just like, oh shit,
there's-
then that's what I'm not like her. Then I'm
There's
just like,
no
there's
winning.
no fucking competition.
There's no
Yeah.
fucking winning. Like no matter what you
Yeah.
said. Like I think in that conversation,
true.
I was like, oh yeah, you're the best one. And she's like, on a scale of 1 to 10, what were
Oh
they?
my, okay, she's digging.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
getting
yeah.
into it.
And
She's
then I was
getting
like,
into
oh,
it.
they're like 2 points under you. Like, just 2? They're that close to me? Like,
Okay,
what the fuck?
that's
I'm
her
like,
issue.
oh
You
my-
can't
yeah.
win.
You can't win those. It's crazy because like they get so easily obsess over those details. She would not let it go. And not, it wasn't just her. It was like other exes too, where it's like
I have a comment about it after.
yeah, and I'm just like, wow, why does it matter? I would tell him like, dude, this is not healthy for you. Like, we shouldn't do this. And like, no, I swear, I'll take it. Fine.
You just have to accept yourself, or else you can't move on in life. Like, you have to know that you're the fucking shit. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not the shit, then like you're gonna think someone else is, and you're gonna always compare yourself to that person.
That is
So,
literally
like-
the same advice I would give you.
Yeah.
You
So-
just gotta assume you're the best.
Well, I mean, okay, so if you always assume that you're the best, does that also put you in a place where you can't be better?
I think you can hold both ideas in hand,
Yeah,
where it's like
I agree.
it's being the best or being the fucking shit is more of a mentality you enter, a vibe. You know, it's a persona you assume, but that doesn't mean you're like always gonna be like, okay, I'm already here, I don't have to grow anymore. You know, you can hold both in place. You know, it's just a way to build confidence. It's
Yeah.
a way to put yourself in a confident position
Okay, so
too.
let me give you a situation, right? You're dating this chick, everything's going really great, and you ask her, because you know I'm sure you ask your significant others, like, what can I do better? And she words her sense a little weird, like, oh, you know, my ex did this that I really liked. How do you interpret that, and how do you process it now that there is kind of like a comparison being drawn, but at the same time, it's not like, let's say you do that, right? Do you ask like, oh, how does it fare, or are you like on the shit?
No, I mean, at least for me, and I might be a little weird in this, but I have asked him like, tell me what you liked before.
Interesting.
She's like all shocked.
I just feel like I wouldn't even bring up the past relationship, but I feel like you just know you should know what you want, and you should just tell them what you want. You should be like, my ex did this and I liked it. You should be like, I like this, so. Let's just-
and
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Right?
You can do that too, but it depends. Like, okay, people aren't just themselves in that present moment, you know? Sometimes when you're trying to get to know someone and like you're trying to start someone, you need to know their history too. Not need to know, but it's like, it's a representation of them, you know? So when I have done this before, when it's like, you know, we've been intimate, I'm like, hey, tell me what you like be with sex. It's like, it is communication, you know.
That's
You're not going to always get it right the first time or the second or the third, you know. It takes two people trying to like get things right. And you know, sometimes it's like, okay, you know, tell me what you used to like, tell me what you've liked before, all that. And like, it doesn't bother me. I'm like, hey, you know, that was with somebody else, what do I care? You know, show me what you liked before, and I will do my best to try and, you know, do that for you. And then we learn together, you know. You learn and you know, develop your own way of doing it.
I don't think I would phrase it in my sentence. This, like, if you're talking to your new significant other, you don't bring up your ex. Yeah. I feel like, just don't say with my ex or like when I was with my ex. I feel like that's so like you're still living in the past.
Oh.
And so I feel like if people are doing that, I feel like it's strange because then you put that person in a weird situation. I've never experienced it or anything, or like I just don't phrase things that way because I feel like you should. I don't know if you should know yourself. Some people are still trying to find themselves, but it's just like, if you know yourself, you know what you like, just say what you like, and end of sentence. Yeah.
Some people can't do that, you know.
That means they're living in the past.
I know.
And I feel like you just got to move on. I just feel like everyone just needs to learn to, like, love themselves and, like, really just move on.
All right, so speaking about the past,
Yes, tell me.
have you ever, let's say, something you've done with your significant other, your ex, let's say you used to go to the movies on Wednesday, this like specific theater or a restaurant that you guys like enjoyed together. Have you ever brought like a new significant other to the same spot and think like, oh, this is where I used to take my past partner?
I feel like that's not like how I function.
So
because
do you
I feel like
avoid it?
if I like the place, I'm gonna fucking take you because like
Yeah.
the food is so good. Like
Yeah.
why would I deprive you of something so fucking good?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like you don't have, because then I feel like if you start bringing up memories, you're like, this person's gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? You'd be like, I used to order this sandwich because it was so good and he loved it with extra tomatoes. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean?
You take a little bite. It tastes like my ex.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm just like, no, that's too much.
No,
I
but-
feel like if you like something, just take them.
yeah, say it like that, Mario.
Yeah.
Tastes like the past.
Yeah, it tastes like the past to me.
Yeah, the reason why I say that is because I have a friend who dates pretty frequently, and one week he went to go see Shang-Chi like 6 times because
What
he took
the
all of his dates to go see Shang-Chi.
Dude, I love Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
It's so good. I love Simu. He's so cute.
See, I don't know if he did because he likes it that much, or he's like, oh, this works. You know what I mean? This is easy. I could like talk about it. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but
I feel like maybe that's just a comfortability thing. Like someone has a formula on dates, so it's
Yeah.
just like, I know this works, so like, let's do it.
Yeah,
Because-
I do that too.
yeah, it gets to a point where sometimes, well, I don't date that much, so I can't really say, but imagine if you're like, oh, you know, I noticed that taking people to this kind of restaurant is very romantic, or going to see going to the beach after during sunset's like another thing. So it's kind of you have this blueprint, so you tend to like follow it.
Oh, yeah. I guess if you don't have that attachment to the place, and like if it was really your place with this person, like maybe don't take them there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What do you think about songs then?
I think they just trigger memories. But like, what if you and this person really dig this song? Then you can make a new memory with that person. You're like, oh shit, that's what I related to.
But what if it's like a song that you and your ex also had? You know what I mean? Like, oh, this is our song.
That's why I feel
but
like
it's also me and
That's why I
his
feel like
song.
it just comes back to you, and you're just like, can you accept that you had something in the past, and that you can just keep that core memory, and then make some new ones. I don't know. Maybe my brain is just altered differently, because I feel like if you're just like torturing yourself at that point. You're like, oh shit, I can't listen to that one song because we used to dance. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, I feel like it's.
I don't get the torture side of it exactly, but I'm like, there are songs that I have had that have significance with, you know, certain women in my life, you know, and they never come back on with a different woman.
Oh,
you
that's
know,
happened to me before.
And I've made sure, like, I mean, oh, that's a cool song, but I'm like, if somehow it tries to become a thing, I'm like, no. You know, because each one holds. It's not even a bad memory. It's not even a toxic memory. I'm not pining over it. But it's like, hey, you know, this had a place in my life at a certain point. You know, but like now, I'm like, if like this person, oh, I like something, like, yeah, that's a cool song. You know, but I'm not like, I don't know. I can't give two different people the same song. You know,
I've
it's
done
just.
that. I was like, this song reminds me of you, and also you.
And also you.
also
You're
you.
like, you're verse 3, 1, you're the bridge.
Like,
that's how
yeah,
it
maybe
goes.
I just really like the song. I have no idea, but
No.
I've definitely done that.
I
you
get
know-
it. I guess I have to see the other side, because sometimes I'm just so in my world, like, this is how I function. But like, I guess, that could be like it for other people.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's
But I
like-
feel like I see the attachment people get, because I do get attached to things and whatever. But you kind of just got to remember that it was that time in life, and then you can make some new memories.
Every time I hear Bone Thugs, I think about her. You know.
Really?
No, I'm kidding.
But-
I'm curious what the song is.
oh, it's a song from Daft Punk. I actually don't remember the.
What?
I don't remember the song.
Fuck.
You're like, cue the music right
That
now.
is not what I was expecting.
Yeah, it's a soft song. Though.
Stronger, better, faster.
No, it's a soft song. I forgot.
Around the world.
No. I think it's like called Us or something like that, or You and Me.
Yeah, I wanna
forget.
know.
It goes like dun, dun, dun,
That's how all the Daft Punk songs go.
dun, dun. Yeah, something about us. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, this makes me think of, okay, since I want to know, what is your guys' move on the girl? Like, if that's your formula to like give the like the
Formula?
song, I don't know, I'm calling it a
Okay.
formula.
Yeah.
Then like, what is everyone's move? Like, what do you do to get the girl?
Shit. That's a
Physical
hard
move
question.
or like.
Okay, the first move to initiate you, like, you like them.
I think it depends with every girl or whatever, you know. But the like you part. Usually for me, if I meet someone and it's like we're talking, I already assume like, you know, there's a little interest there. So I'm like, hey, like usually. It's like, hey, you want to go to the park and walk with me and my dogs? That's like, that's
so
my,
that's your move.
You
bring the dogs.
It's either
Okay.
park with the dogs or it's coffee. Because I think those two are very easy entryways where it's like, you're not forced, there's not this pressure of going to dinner and doing this, you don't like each other or whatever, you know? And sometimes with dinner, it's like, you know, you drink and everything too. So it's like, you don't really know the person that well, but when you go to coffee and you're sober, when you go to park, you know, when you're having actual conversation, you can see who the actual person is. See if you vibe, see if you like have interest and like could, you know, have something work.
I don't think I have like a move, but there's definitely a tendency, I think, if I were to kind of like look back in hindsight, usually because I don't really date either, they're usually friends and then we end up.
Oh yeah, which I like. I'll talk
Yeah.
about that after.
But I think how it kind of works is that I'm a very social person. So when I'm around, there's like, you know, to places that I go to, people usually know me. I'm usually in my own world. So what I'll do is, not on purpose, of course, like I'll invite these women out and then they'll see me in like my element and I'll kind of neglect them, not on purpose.
What do you mean your element? What are you doing?
Like I'm either chatting with people or having
Oh, got it.
fun. It's like I don't want to say center of attention. I don't like being the center of attention, but it just happens. When a lot of people, it just feels like that.
No,
Fame
it's true.
comes to me type of thing.
Yeah, I guess
Peter's
so.
very social, and he'll walk into a place and like everybody will know him,
Yeah.
And it's like they see it, and it's like, oh, he's social, he's popular,
Yeah.
like everyone likes Peter,
Yeah, and then it's not like I'm neglecting them because like I'm like, oh, that's how I do things to make sure they like me. It's because when that happens, I'm socializing with all the people who are coming up to me, right?
Yeah.
And then usually most of these people are my good friends, and they'll come up and they're like, oh, yeah, are you friends with Peter? He's such a great guy. Like he's like my brother or something like that, or
Oh,
like
you're
really-
that guy.
Yeah, and then because people say that, like, and again, I'm not neglecting them person. I'm not even telling my friends to tell this like woman.
It just happens.
That it just happens.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess
people,
so.
People got things to say about you all the time.
Yeah, I think that might be something that helps because it's kind of like, oh, these people have vetted him for me.
Okay.
Oh, well, he has friends from all walks and they all say positive things, so he must be at the very least a good guy.
So, Sammie, I have a
Yes.
question for you.
What's that?
So you asked us our move. What's yours?
I don't know if I have a move. I would literally just be like, I like you.
There's no way you just like, hey, I like you.
No, for real, I will. Even with friends, I'll be like, let's be friends. You want to be best friends? Like,
Oh, wow.
I just will be straight up because
Yeah.
I don't want you to guess.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Like, if I like you, you'll know. Like, okay, obviously it's not a come with like, I like you. It'll be like, I like you. Like, I would just shy girl it. But, like,
Oh.
at least like, you're not guessing. Like,
That's good.
yeah, but then I'd also just, I don't know, I do this thing where, like, expose myself. I'll be like, did you notice that, like, last week I told you, or, like, I gave you coffee, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm just trying to tell you I like you, but if they're not getting the hint, or if they don't say it first, I feel
They'll
like
tell
I'm just
you.
going to be like, I like you.
So what are the hints?
I do it for friends, too, but I try to be, like, extra cute with things. Like, I just
Oh,
be
that's
like,
what- that's kinda
I
tough.
think about the person. Like, if they told me that they like this type of coffee and I'm going to Starbucks, I'll be like, oh, my God, what if I need to bring this boy, like, this Starbucks, and he'll just make his day. Or, like, they're, like,
really nice.
or, like, if you
That is
tell
very
me
nice.
something, like, I don't know, just any little fact. I try to remember it because then I'm trying to get into your field, so
Yeah.
you know, like I remember that one small
Oh,
detail.
damn.
It's because I like that,
Yeah.
and so if I don't know, I do it for you, maybe you might do it for me.
Yeah. Here's a like a dating hack. Just write it in your notes.
Oh, why did I fucking do that? Because I feel like I'm just really
Yeah.
memorizing it in my brain.
Because I do that when it's like I'm interested in someone and they tell me like, oh, this is like I had this doll when I was in elementary and I really liked it and I
researching the
lost
doll.
it.
Oh.
And then
Okay.
I usually like I'll write it down, any like, oh, my favorite type of pie or this or whatever, and I'll keep it in my notes. And then like when it's time for birthdays, Christmas, or even like small gifts and
that's
gestures,
good.
I just look at it. I'm like, I'll have like birthday, things she likes, everything, stuff like that.
You gotta keep tabs.
Yeah, but before, what about with dudes that you meet on like your dating apps and stuff? Because there's no need to say like, hey, I like you yet, or because there's already interest. So
Okay, that part was kind of hard because like I felt like if you want to be about it, ask me out, because I feel like there's still some sort of like I don't want to be the one to always put out that one move to just be like you want to go out, because I feel like I really can't get to know someone like online. Like it's weird. Like I feel like, hey, what are you doing? What do you do? I don't care.
so you haven't been out with dudes you met online?
Just like one other person, but I just felt like that's why it's like that's what I told you about that one guy. You just feel the vibe immediately.
Yeah.
Like you just know, and I feel like maybe I don't know. I feel like you just got to give them the chance at least, but it has to be in real life, because then you're not just going to be having this relationship just texting them the whole time. Like you got to know like their vibe, what they do, like
Yeah.
how they live. You got to have a sleepover. You got to go to dinner. Like
I assumed you like had like multiple dudes that you go on dates and stuff, since you have all these great pickup lines.
thank you so much. No, honestly, that's my shy girl just trying to be like not shy girl.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like the cheesy pickup lines because I feel like they're just a good way for girls to like shoot their shot.
Yeah.
Some people are just like, if you want the guy, get the guy. Like don't hold back. Like I think everyone's scared to always get hurt in the end. Same here, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But just put yourself out there. And that one's an easy one because everyone's on social. Just send my fucking video. See what happens. I know, but I did get advice though. Like sometimes if people send my video, someone said I look too hot girl in it. So like their guy might be like, oh,
That's a
no, no,
bot.
no. Yeah, and I'm like, oh no. Like I don't want them to think like, I don't know. Like I don't want them to like me. They should be liking the girl. Like I'm just there for like the pickup line itself. Do you know what I mean? Like I did one in a bikini.
Uh-huh.
And someone was like, okay, maybe I wouldn't send that to somebody. And I was like, yeah, you're right.
Wait, what do you mean send that to somebody?
Oh, like what I usually put in my caption is like, send this to your crush.
Oh.
So I'm just like, so it's like your way to just start the conversation. And it's like some things
like
one of my pickup lines was, I would take you to the movies, but we can't bring snacks in.
Because you are the snack?
Because you are the snack.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one went viral. And so people were like, there were so many sends. So I'm like, I hope people out there are like shooting their shot and like getting the date. And like actually going to the movies.
Wait, hold up. So other people send you? You're the...
Yeah, because it's my video.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You're the entryway. You're the icebreaker.
That's what I want.
You're the polar bear.
Yes, that's what I want to be. I want people to just get out there. It can be guys sending it. It can be girls sending it. But yeah, I learned I can't be too hot girl about those things. Like you just gotta like, people just want simple, easy, read the text, move on.
I was gonna say it'd be kind of weird if a guy sends it to a girl and it's like you're in the
Yeah,
bikini.
I know. That's why I was like, well,
I don't think that's
was
gonna
just
work
feeling
that well.
myself in that video, and I was like, you know what? Let's
Yeah.
try it. And then I was like, okay. It still like did a couple of like good amount of views,
Yeah.
but I'm just like, yeah, let's just learn from my mistakes and not be so hot girl about that stuff. Because you could put that type of content in another pillar, and like that's fine.
So let's do it right now. So this is a cute guy right here. Give us your best creative pickup line.
Filipinos out there, because that's a specific niche that I love.
Oh, I got one too for the Filipinos.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
Hey, I'm Mario.
I'm Sammie.
Oh, Sammie, I thought it was Maganda.
Good, good, good. Now, see, I like that type of cheesy. That's a good one. I might steal yours. I'll
Go
give you.
ahead,
I'll
take
give you
it.
credit.
Take-
Mine is. Are you the beans in halo halo? Because I want to take you out.
I don't get
Oh,
that.
so halo halo is like a. You guys get it.
It's a dessert that has like
Jia?
yeah, it's like
Oh, okay.
Okay, but like there's beans, and it's just known for some reason. I don't like them
You just
personally.
take 'em out?
You just take them out.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
pretty
I don't eat them
good.
either. But it was a good pickup line. I was like,
That's
because I just
good.
want to take you out.
I
And I'm
like that.
"Ah."
You are helping your people improve their game.
Yes.
Good job.
Just something small.
Hey, actually, you know his the worst, most toxic woman for him is Filipino.
Yeah, it's Filipino
Dude,
women.
they're
Yeah.
toxic.
So
I'm
I don't-
toxic.
I
I'm
don't.
just
did-
kidding.
I know. I see it.
That's Mario's type.
Yeah, I dated one Filipino boy, and yeah, that was toxic as fuck. And
Really?
that's why I felt like if you're, I don't know, I feel like I'm more Americanized. I was born here, and so I don't know. He was born in the Philippines, like has those traditional values. Maybe I don't know.
Oh.
It was just really out there, and I was like, never again. I would never do it.
Have you ever seen that video where it's like this chick? She's like removing these panels off of. It says like the most toxic guys or Asian guys.
Yes.
And you
yes.
pull it, it's like
what-
Thai,
yeah.
Japanese, and
Oh,
the very
it's like on
top.
a-
The number
it's
one's like
Filipino.
Filipino.
Filipinos, and they ain't wrong.
And Mackenzie,
Are you sure about that?
once again, is Maddie.
Stop playing with my fucking name. I'll drill y'all.
Just from my experience, it was very like controlling, and I don't like that. I like to be a free spirit. Like let me do, because I will let you do the same. Like in my life, like if you let me do it, I'll do it as long as we have a mutual respect. That's it.
A part of that is growing up too. You know, like
Oh, that's true.
I'm sure you've had your toxic traits when you were younger, like in your relationships, and like
Me just like yes.
right, right.
Yeah, that's true.
And now you're at a point where like, oh, okay, you know, now you're more about like being a free spirit, you
Yeah.
trusting someone to do what they want because you know you can do the same, you know. But that comes from like having those like relationships, those bad ones.
You really gotta learn. Yeah.
Speaking on that, like, tell us about like your last like significant relationship.
Maybe the one that I'm in now.
Yeah.
Just because you learn a lot of new things about people, and so but just in life lessons in general about significant others, you should learn about yourself too while you're learning about that person.
Yeah.
And so, and it could just be a lot of core memories that you make, but it should also be life lessons that will teach you how to be a better person and a better person to somebody. Because all the life lessons that I've learned from my past relationships always have moved over to my next. Not just like how I phrased it earlier, like people are like, oh, me and my ex used to do this. It's just like I knew that I would be short-tempered for like small things, and then you realize later, like, why the fuck was I so short-tempered? Or like I know I get hangry, and so just let me bring a snack wherever I go. You know what I mean? Just like I know we're gonna eat dinner, but let me buy chips right now, or else you don't want to experience like hangry Sammie. And so, because then it might make a bad experience for that person and yourself, because you're gonna be like, oh fuck, that was just dumb of yourself, you know?
Yeah.
So usually on the show we ask, what is your craziest dating experience?
I don't really
Yeah.
have any.
It's because she was the crazy one.
Am I the problem? That's what it seems like.
Well, I mean, since you're a content creator, let's not say crazy relationship story, but has
I'll-
anything that's happened that
Oh,
has
I'll
to do
tell a
with...
story.
Okay.
Yeah, now that's a good one because I
Ooh,
got
okay.
one because it's my like story that I tell everyone to just keep going with your content and learn from your mistakes. Okay, remember how I told you that the K-pop world is crazy?
Yeah.
I had to learn that the hard way because you have to learn to speak people's languages. And I did not, because it's fun in games when it's with your friends, but then you put it on the internet and people start commenting on it. That's when you're like, oh shit, maybe I should, I need to learn from that. Basically, in the K-pop community, you know how I said my favorite person from BTS is V, right? In a K-pop group, you can have a bias, and that's who your favorite member is. And some people go freaking crazy, and they claim them. Like, they're mine, don't look at him, whatever. And it's fun games because it's just like you're in a friend group, and you're like, don't be looking at my man.
Yeah.
Like, stuff like that. So, what I thought was a cool video was I went to, if you guys know the group Super M, what I thought was a cool video was I was just walking in a video with a t-shirt on with this boy on it, and there's a filter that has like you know those AR filters? The shirt is like how do you describe it? Like you just put the phone out and it like starts moving.
Oh yeah. The augmented reality.
But it was my favorite boy from Super M. And I was like, he's my man, don't look at him, he's all mine, blah blah blah. And immediately I was like only posting fun videos on TikTok, and I only had like 100 followers at the time. Or something very tiny. I just started. And then that video was getting 10K views in like a couple minutes. And then it was getting 20K. And I was like, oh, fuck. And then I'm like looking at the comments. And I'm like, oh, shit, look, it's going to be popping off. And then like, no, dude, I was being trashed.
Oh, wow.
And they're like, who the fuck do you think you are? Some of my friends, even my sister, likes to like see what the comments are. And like their favorite is like some girl commented like, he doesn't even know you exist, sis. And like, true, but also does he know you exist? Like, why can't I just play around? But that's when I knew. Don't do that. Because people were trashing me, and then my feelings were getting hurt, and I was like, but then I started realizing I was going in the comments, and I was like, you guys are hiding behind your avatars. You guys are probably like 12-year-old girls like doing this to me. And then, but my feelings were getting hurt. And then I was like, okay, you know what? Let's never do that again. It meant, I say mini viral because it did do like, I think like 50K. And then it finally subsided. I was like on it every day just trying to figure out, did it get more comments? And I was getting hella hate. Jeez. Even my sister, she's my biggest hater. But she likes to do it on like just for funsies. It's like, it gives her joy in life. I have no idea why. But she started getting in the comments. Like she hid behind a different avatar, changed her name, and was like, yeah, she fucking sucks, huh?
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I
damn.
don't know what word she used, but she's like, yeah, I can't believe she said that. And people were like, yeah. And I'm like, dude, don't fire up my comments. And she was like, do you know that it's for engagement? I was like, no, dude, you just want to be in my comments, like being mean to me. But honestly, it did work. But then here's a story. Later on, I was getting more popular on TikTok. I was posting about BTS, and it was just like specific challenges that I was doing and talking about how much I love them, and not crazy fan, but sort of crazy fan, just for people to relate to, you know, like relatable enough. And then there was one girl group, because I'm a boy group stan, and there was a girl group where they're like freaking OGs. Like if you were in the K-pop community, you better know their songs. I don't know their songs, so it's like the challenge where you put a finger down, and you're like, do you know this song? Oh. And all my fingers were up by the end of the video, because I knew nothing. And people were trashing me, and for the first, and I was like, oh, dude, I'm going it like all over again. And then later on, people were going in there like defending me. And that's when I knew I made it. Because people were like, she's just entering the K-pop community. She just said she only knows BTS, and she did say that she was trying to like learn about more groups. I'm like, did I say that? I'm like, damn. And then they were like, leave her alone. They're like, we need to block this person. They were like going ham in the comments, and I'm like, hee hee, like I love this.
Wow.
And then my sister, she was like, oh, that video's getting popular. Okay, let me do like, what is it called? Duet? On TikTok?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let me duet it. And what's it called? I forgot what she did, but somebody came to her page because I think they saw that she was being a hater on that specific video. Saw that but she was doing it for fun.
Yeah.
And then they saw that she duetted it, and they were trashing her comments, and she's like, dude, I don't want to deal with that. Like they should, like she just only wanted me to deal with it and her to be part of it, and she's like, yeah, I can't be doing it anymore because people are now, my followers were going after her. That's how I knew I made it.
Wow.
Yeah, so I felt bad that she had to go through it for like 2 seconds because somebody commented like, you're just mad your video flopped and hers didn't. And my sister was like, dude. Yeah, it was like a 12-year-old girl probably, but I think the community, like that's why I like TikTok. Like the community's cool, but you really got to know your place.
Yeah.
And you like if you want to know Like, you gotta communicate to these people. You really gotta know their niche and like how they speak and like what they do. You gotta live the life.
But I have a question because you said that once you got a little bit of hate comments, you said you felt kind of sad, right?
Yeah,
it started
dude.
affecting you. 'Cause I do hear about that a lot, where content creators or people who are just like have some kind of like influence would get trashed for whatever's, and it would really put them down. You know, we don't really get that kind of stuff.
We've had one hater.
Yeah,
she mostly hated on you too.
But we're also really small too.
You're small.
I always tell myself that it wouldn't bother me, but also I've never faced it, so I have no idea. You know, I just always chalk myself up to like, it's just the internet. But you know, you see people like Jordan Peterson. He's like a big figure, right? And he said that being on Twitter really affected like his mental health.
Oh, it's so true.
Yeah. Do you feel like that's happened to you through those things?
I feel like I've learned that I put myself in this position to want to put out content because it makes me happy. And so when those comments came in, I don't think it affected my mental health, but I could see like if I was like a 16-year-old girl who got that, and like you're going through all your hormones and your emotions, like that could really affect you. But I feel like you putting yourself out there and learning from your mistakes after, like in just like in my position, like it could really, like, you just got to phase out the haters. Because they're not doing it. They're not the ones putting themselves out there. They're also watching your video. So that means like you somehow got that reach. And I feel like don't let yourself down. Like if you, like, I wouldn't say I'm a people pleaser, but it's just like you should know what to say and what not to say. And also it's like you got to be mindful of what other people think. But you don't have to like fully be bullied by what people say to you. Because if you know your worth, you know who you are, then like fuck them, honestly.
Fuck them.
Yeah, literally. Because I'm just like, I just try not to let it bother me. I think it'll bother me for like 2 seconds, and I'm like, oh no. Then I remember, like, I'm the shit.
There you go. Okay.
I think that's the moral of your story so far.
Yeah.
I'm the shit.
Yep.
And the other one was like, you don't like the unknown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like the unknown. Yeah, that's crazy. I just feel like you just gotta have answers.
That's why you
should have answers
gotta
for people.
know yourself.
Yeah. And if people don't have answers for you, then gotta make up your own answers. Really. You can just move on in life. I'm glad that you guys don't have haters because that's a lot to deal with. Because like, how do you deal with the one hater?
Oh, I want haters.
Haters are your motivators. I feel like haters will get you there.
It's really funny because before we had one hater who went like,
Ham.
yeah, she comment on our Instagram stuff. She found Peter on Facebook, started commenting on his stuff, on his like old pictures from on his birthday, and just like going in, started calling us gay, started saying we were on Queer Eye, and just like all this stuff. And we were like, what? Like it was really like, it was a lot. But for me, I was laughing the whole time. I was like, and then we had a bunch of friends. They'd come in and defend us, and like it became this whole thing. And I was like, this is great. This is the most engagement we've been getting, guys.
See, that's what I think. I was like, you hating on me? That's engagement for me. So I would even respond to the haters, and I'm just like, that's an extra comment in, and the algorithm will recognize
That's
it.
exactly what I thought too.
Yeah.
Like how you said your sister would come in and like do that to him. Like, yeah, she's right.
When it comes to the bullying, I feel like a lot of people let that affect you, but I feel like that's something you have to learn on your own. And I feel like I always just make it seem really easy, but it was a lot for me to just take in what I had to, like not just a TikTok thing, just in life.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it. You just gotta love yourself, like BTS told you to.
Did you get bullied as a kid?
I don't know if I was bullied or I just had a hard time because I was a new kid when it came. So like I had my core friendship when I was like growing up in elementary school, and then shout out to my mom because she wanted a better life for us and she got us a house to like live in. I was living in an apartment. And I finally got my own room, like it was great. And then I realized like, oh shit, I'm leaving all like my friends that I've known literally since I started school at 5 years old. And then when I went to a new school, it was just hard making friends just because at that time I was still like a shy girl and I didn't know who I was and whatever. And I don't know if I would say I was bullied, but it was just really hard to go through that. And I feel like that's where it started for me to be like, you got to learn to love yourself, because then it's like you attract that energy, I feel. Like if you start being that bubbly person, the nice person, you attract that to yourself because that's what you want.
Yeah, I agree with that. You do attract the way you live your life and your demeanor, your personality. You attract a certain kind of crowd.
Oh, I'm just thinking if that's true for me because I'm like,
yeah, you're a degen, so you attract other degens.
I guess so. I don't know. I just feel like I talk hella shit, but people don't really do that. You know, like I don't really attract people who like talk hella shit.
Because you're the one talking shit.
That's what I'm saying. But it's weird because usually I attract very positive people.
Yeah.
From
you
talking
seem
shit.
like just from first impression, you seem like a very positive person. I haven't heard you talk shit or anything, but I feel like some people like that type of character for them to like talk shit. But do
Yeah.
you do it like on social and stuff, or you just do it in normal life?
I kind of do it a little bit everywhere. Yeah. it just
You're like,
depends.
that's my MO.
Yeah, because usually when I do it, it's like in a form of a joke.
Yeah.
So I'll take like little jabs here and there.
I see.
He's a cross-platform shit talker.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I had like a Valentine's thing where my friend gave us all what's it called? What's it called?
Air
the
tags?
No,
Or
no,
what
the
do
thing
you
where
mean,
you put in your car and like smells.
Air freshener.
Air
Air
freshener.
freshener.
Oh, Dewey's?
Yeah, Dewey, and he has like his face on it. It's like a Christmas gift. So for Valentine's Day, I think it was like last year, I said like, hey, for all you single people out there, don't be sad. At least you haven't been single for 14 years like this guy. And it was like a picture of
So
his.
mean.
Oh my God.
You're so mean.
Was he okay about it?
He was just like, LOL. But
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like we make fun of him about all the time. I don't think he
Okay.
really cares. He
Yeah,
understands
yeah.
that's kind of like the rolling joke. But everyone else is like, okay, I feel better about myself. That's kind of funny.
That doesn't seem too bad.
No, it's never like that bad. And I'll use it to kind of get my point across too. So it's kind of like funny, but at the same time,
I'm being
it's partially
serious.
true.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like every joke has like a hint of truth.
You said you're a little passive aggressive when you're like, or passive, or what did you say earlier?
I said I could have been a little bit passive aggressive in the
Yeah.
way I talk about certain things, and I don't think it's because like I'm passive aggressive because that's I don't know how to confront people. I just think that gets my message across better.
I see,
Yeah,
I
because I
see.
can tell you straight up, and for some reason sometimes the message doesn't come across. But when I say it as like a joke and it stings enough, they're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, maybe I should remember that."
So I had a question for you, Sammie.
What's up?
What are your goals for your content right now? What's the end goal? What's the direction you're taking it?
Okay, so I'm still trying to figure that all out because I feel like the goal is to end up like to have like the big dreams, like the influencers that you follow. And I feel like it's always my dream to like want to take care of my friends and my family and just be that girl who just like from the bottom up type of thing. And like I see these influencers who like make hella money off of social and then they like buy their mama car, they buy their mama house, they get their grandma this, their sister that. And I want to be that girl. So I feel like, but how do I get there is like my hard part because like social media is just so hard in general that like I just need to work harder, but I need to work strategic. And
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know where to put my efforts because I like to do everything. Like for example, like you, for the guys that listen, it's a podcast. You guys talk about like it doesn't have to be specific topics, but you are guys that listen, and I feel like that's just a good brand to have and put out there so people know exactly what content you're pushing. When you come to my page, I feel like you don't really that like I do things, but you don't know what's my thing. Like for example, like on TikTok, I don't know if you guys know about it, but there's this one girl in her bio. She's like, I'm the slow-mo hair flip girl. And that's literally all she does.
Oh, wow.
And that's her brand. And she's like 5 million followers.
That's so crazy.
Yeah,
that you
but
can
I don't
niche
have a
down
thing.
so hard. Yeah.
And I want to find out what my thing is to like get me there. Because I like pickup lines.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
fashion. I like K-pop. I like a lot of things. But when I ask my followers like what they want me to put out,
Yeah.
they want to know my entire life. I'm like, let's just focus in, people. What do you want to know?
Tell them right now.
What do you guys want to know? I'm just getting so aggressive.
So we've talked about, a little bit about relationships. We talked about content. We talked about K-pop.
Okay.
But, I wanted to ask a little bit more about you.
Okay.
And you mentioned something off camera, and you mentioned about growing up with your dad. And the way
It's a little intense for the followers, so I'll give you guys a TLDR. I'm not close with my dad, and I grew up with my mom and my sister. Imagine my relationship with my mom though is like Gilmore Girls.
I love that.
So like we weren't always besties though, but like now I want to call her and tell her everything. So I'm glad that I have this relationship with my mom because she filled kind of like both parts for me, like mom and dad. But my dad though, it just I said toxic Filipinos.
Yeah.
Like,
Trash him.
yeah.
Trash him. Trash him.
I'm just kidding. He's probably not on social than my little sister is. So I have a half sister and we share the same dad.
That's the
But-
16-year-old sister?
Yeah, that's my 16-year-old
okay.
sister. But like I feel for my dad because I feel like that's just like the toxic traits in him. And I feel sad that he has to live like that and he did all this stuff to us. But basically, he just treated us like soldiers when we were growing up. And so I don't know. He did go to Afghanistan, so I didn't know if it was like PTSD. But I know the Burnaby side of like our family's kind of crazy. That's why I know if I'm getting crazy, like I need to chill the fuck out.
wow.
You know what I mean? Because I'm like, is it the toxic trait or is it also my, what is it called? Generational curses?
Generational
Trauma.
trauma.
Trauma or something like
Yeah.
that. But yeah, I'm not really close with my dad, and I feel like in relationships, I would like, you know, like a lot of people say, you find love like a father. Like how do you say that? Like
You marry
Like
the
you marry
version
someone
of
like-
your mom or your father.
yeah, like of your father
Yeah.
or whatever. How people have like daddy issues, like things like that.
Yeah.
But like I feel like I would want to find someone completely opposite of my father. He was trying to be a father, but he wasn't fully there. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, I want someone who's going to be very present with me and my future kids. And so he's just like the baseline of like what not to get.
Has that how it's panned out so far? Like the people you've been dating?
Not the first one,
Oh.
but because he was also toxic Filipino. But that's when I knew. I was like, what the fuck am I doing, you know?
Yeah.
But so far, yes, because I feel like if you don't meet a certain bar with me, then I'm not going to waste my time. And also, I want you super sweet. And if you're not sweet, then it's over. Like I know that sounds so harsh, but like every girl wants a little bad boy in them. But also, I just want like
What?
Is
Wait, is that how you say it? I
Is
don't
it-
think that's how you
I have
say
no
it.
idea
I'm
how
not
to
sure that
describe
is
it.
the best phrasing is what he means.
Yeah.
I have no. How would you describe it then?
Well, I wouldn't say bad boy in them. That sounds like something completely different.
Oh,
but
interesting. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. You
like
guys
he
get
wants
it.
a bad boy.
She wants a sweet boy, and
I know. I love a soft boy. A soft boy with like.
I don't know if that works.
Yeah, I don't think
I
you want a soft boy in
You
you
just
either.
gotta
yeah?
find a good
Okay, now it's
balance.
going all the wrong
Yeah,
directions.
yeah.
So a soft, sweet boy.
Have you ever watched K-dramas?
Yeah.
I remember I told you I'm a hopeless romantic.
Yeah.
My whole family watches K-dramas.
I want that. For
Were
me.
you into that kind of guy before the K-dramas?
Yeah, I feel like I've always just liked the sweet guy, the funny guy,
Mm-hmm.
the one who everyone likes. They're mysterious. They're just so quiet for some reason, but I want to know everything about them. Am I crazy?
Whoa. No. I'm just thinking because
like-
that sounds like a very high bar.
Is
Like-
it?
Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with that.
No,
Oh,
he
no,
sounds-
I just don't know.
Just literally sounds like the main protagonist of a
In
K-drama.
a K-drama, you know what I
He's
mean?
the good-looking, mysterious,
Correct.
misunderstood,
Correct.
quiet guy
Correct.
who secretly is like has a heart of gold.
Period.
Yeah.
And that one girl that he finds, she's actually like an average-looking girl, but she's the one for him,
Yep.
and like they end up together.
Yeah.
And like his heart belongs to her, no matter what other hot girl or his hot ex was in his
Yeah.
life.
Yeah, and in my love story, I'm not the average girl, so I'm just like, period. I like what I like I said earlier. So like, I know what I want. I'm gonna go for it.
Have you ever found that?
Yeah.
So what happened?
It just didn't work out. Things just don't work out sometimes, and it's just like you grow as a person, and that's pretty much it.
Hey guys, welcome back to Lightning Round, where we ask our guests some rapid fire questions. They have to answer on time or take a drink. Sammie, are you ready?
Yes.
1.
I'm just nervous. Yes, go.
What's your favorite color?
Blue.
Favorite food?
That's not true.
Or are you starting out with a lie?
It's too fast.
Why are you lying?
My favorite color is yellow. Why did I say blue? Okay, I'm
That's
just gonna
crazy how pressure changes the answer.
Oh, if you had one final meal before you died, what would it be?
I would like McDonald's. I know that's really weird, but it would be McDonald's. I would like large fries and a double. What is it? Like a McDouble.
Oh.
McFlurry as well. Oreo. If not, they sometimes don't have Oreo. It's M&M's.
If you were a DJ, what would your DJ name be?
Oh, fuck. It was like I did have one before. Something about Burnaby, like Burna Buzzin', like Burna.
Burna Beats?
Oh, that's my new one. It's Burna Beats.
Last time you cried?
Today, actually.
Whoa.
I love Gilmore Girls. Okay, I'm on the season where Lorelai graduates, and her parents came, and it was just such a moment. And I don't know why I was fucking crying because it's not like I have graduation trauma or anything. I don't know, whatever. I cried this morning. Okay, next.
Happiest moment with your mom?
Oh my God, there's so many. Funny moment. I'll bring it up now. When I was a kid, she used to bring me McDonald's every Friday.
Oh,
And it was just the
McDonald's.
happiest thing ever. No, I know it. McDonald's is my brand. Sponsor me, please.
What inspires you?
Everyone with a positive attitude. That inspires me to be just a good person in life, because I know there's some crazy people out there, like just down people, but like the positive people keep me going.
If you had one wish?
If you have one wish, I'm just kidding. That I would be a fucking singer, actually,
Oh, wow.
because that's the Filipino trait I didn't get. I got like the tall
I got
jeans.
the dancing.
No, I didn't get dancing either.
Filipinos
dude.
are tall?
Boxing?
Dude.
Basketball?
No, dude, I didn't get any of it. I had
Basketball, you're tall?
No, dude, I did basketball in middle school. I found out walked around and found out I had asthma. That's no joke.
Weirdest place you've had sex?
Drake.
I know. Hold on. Let me think. I don't know. Just normal places. A car? Yeah,
mo-
I don't know. Sorry, Mom. Don't listen to this. Or my family.
Is your mom going to listen to this?
I have no idea. She just loves my content. I just found
okay.
out she, like, She has an Instagram, and I found out she followed me. She's like, how did you know? I was like, dude, you used your full name, you used your face, but she has no posts. But she was like, I know what you did last week with Peggy. I know what you did when you were in Hawaii. I know it. And I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I just look at your stuff. I'm like,
Oh, wow.
like she knew, like when I was at Coachella, I was wearing like this, you know what assless chaps are?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. I was wearing like assless chaps, but assless chap shorts. And she's like, I know you had your butt out at Coachella. And I'm like, and she's like, it looked good. But like, she just knows everything.
Most attractive feature of the opposite sex.
Does it have to be physical? I like their voice. I like voices a lot.
No. Physical.
Physical,
Physical.
their eyes and their nose. Maybe that's also my toxic trait. I always look at people's noses because then it reminds me of just like when we have a child, it could possibly have your nose or mine.
Oh, thank you.
But I
Thank
like
you.
I like their nose. It's Filipinos like pointy noses. Okay, anyway, next.
Do you have a fetish?
I don't know if I have a fetish. I like when it's not a fetish. It's just so cute. I like forehead kisses. That's not a fetish.
Unless you like the guy slobbering on your forehead or something, then
no,
maybe.
see, I don't know if I like fetish. I don't have a fetish. I don't know. I'm scared.
And last one, if there was one thing you could change about yourself.
Nothing. I'm perfect.
Okay, let's
Oh,
go. Vito.
nice.
Yeah.
All right. What's your biggest fear?
Oh, it's your turn now? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Hold on. I'm not ready.
What's your biggest fear?
The ocean.
I respect that.
Why is that?
It's scary.
It's scary.
Well, I mean, that's not good enough reason. What the fuck?
Like, have you ever been in the ocean and looked down and haven't seen all the way down?
no, I don't think
It's
I've
the
ever seen all the way
It's-
down.
Okay, actually, it's the unknown. Remember how I was saying earlier I don't like the
Uh-huh.
unknown? You don't know what
Oh.
the fuck is down there, but like, there could be a shark next to you or not.
Got
What
it.
if the water's not clear? LA's dirty.
What?
I'm just
Not
saying.
clear. Okay.
Next,
What's your favorite Filipino dish?
anything with pork sisig.
Perfect height for a guy.
Anything over me because I am 5'8", so 6. Sorry to the short kings.
It's okay.
Dang.
Shout out to the short kings though. We're always friends, but I just
Friend zoning all those guys
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
We got tall personalities.
Where do you
Next.
see yourself in 3 years?
famous for something. Now that you guys have helped me figure out my brand,
Yeah.
my personality. Famous for my personality.
Oh, nice,
Okay,
nice,
great.
nice. And when you buy your parents a car, what car would it be?
Whatever they want, they can just pick whatever. I don't care what price, whatever they can pick it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the world is their oyster. You know what I
Perfect
mean?
number of kids.
Even numbers. Hold on, I have something to say about this. It's very true to me that I think that we need even amount of kids because I don't want one to not have someone on the roller coaster. And so people are like, what
a
if
thing.
you have 3 kids and then you're 2 parents, right? But it's just like, what if both parents don't like the roller coaster? You know what I mean? I really think in even kids, like if you just go for 2, either stay at 2 or go for 4. I know that's a lot on a woman's body, but I feel like maybe get 2 dogs. I don't know. You just have to make it even. It has to be even.
I
Got it.
actually really like vibe with this because I have a thing about like odd and even numbers too. So it's always been like 4 kids.
Yeah, my mom is. My mom has 3, so it's her sister, her brother, and one is always left out, or like it's just weird. I don't know. It's a weird dynamic. Wow, that was a good question because I have something to say about that for
Okay,
sure.
Oh, good, good. Okay. Your
Next.
most embarrassing moment.
Falling. Everybody knows this story. I've never ate shit in my life, and on my birthday last year, all my coworkers. Sorry, you had to hear me say this for the billionth time, but I was outside in K-Town and I was fucking drunk, and because it was my birthday, and I had
Yeah.
I had all my coworkers there, and then the moment I just remember like looking for my friend, and then I'm like face down on the ground, and then I scraped up my like arm, a little bit of my face, whatever, and then suddenly I'm pulling my coworker, like from what I remember, I was like pulling my coworker into the liquor store next door of the restaurant, and I was pulling her in, like, who saw this? Who? Because like there's just like all my coworkers there, and I can't just like embarrass myself. And she's like, dude, it was just me. And then apparently I told everyone that whole night, and even after that even till this day, people who weren't there were like, I feel like I saw it because you told me so many times. I'm like, because I was so embarrassed. Yeah, I'm perfect always, you know?
Always, always.
Camera ready.
Camera
Yeah,
ready.
but dude, when I ate shit, that was the scariest thing in my life. Like, suddenly you're just on the ground. That's it, end of
Suddenly.
sentence.
Just like skip and then
No,
you're just like
literally.
on the ground.
Yeah, I've never blacked out once. I would call it a brownout in my life. Like I just suddenly, I was with Peggy. Do you remember we were in Vegas and we were at this table, and then suddenly I knew the DJ. His cousin used to babysit me, and then suddenly I'm like calling the DJ over, and then suddenly he's there next to me, and I'm like, how did you get there? And they told me you just called him over, but I just don't remember the walk from the DJ stage to my table. But
That's
yeah,
brownout.
Yeah, that's a brownout. Yeah. But that falling was just total like, what the fuck happened?
What's one pickup line that would work on you?
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh no, I don't know. You could literally say, if I like you, you could literally say anything to me and it would work. Like you want to, like it doesn't even have to be a pickup line.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you could send me my own video. Actually, hold up, hold up, wait, let me.
That's like self
yeah.
masturbatory kind of.
Well,
Yeah, never mind.
she's saying that she's perfect. So
Actually, hold on, I take that back because there are some guys out there who would DM me my own video to shoot their shot, and they're like, "I'm just shooting my shot like you said," and I'm
Hey.
like, "I don't like it."
So they weren't cute.
No, I just didn't. I thought it was weird. I'm so sorry, but that's the whole point of it. I need you to send my content any more engagement, but sorry, it just didn't work.
all right, you keep on saying that you're attracted to voice. Describe that voice.
Ooh,
thing.
okay. It's so deep and then a little raspy, and it's giving main character like
Did you say it's Giveon?
it's Giveon actually, but yeah, no, it's giving like just so like I don't know, so not machismo because I hate that word. Just like
Masculine.
yeah, masculine. Take me home.
All right, if your life was a K-drama, what would the name?
Oh my god, well, I don't know what it would be, but it needs to be like Crash Landing on You. That was my first
Oh.
K-drama, and it's like you never forget your first. You know what I mean? But like that one was it for me. Do you guys watch it?
It's my mom's favorite.
Period. What about you?
No, never seen
Oh, well, all the viewers out there, it's the one at the border of North Korea and South Korea. If you know the scene, I bawled my eyes out at like 4 a.m. I want my life to be like that.
it. That was my last question.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Wow, I love this. Can I do a lightning round?
Yeah,
If you
go ahead.
want, yeah.
Yeah.
Someone tell me your craziest drunk story.
Oh, my craziest one's when I crashed and almost died.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty
What?
nuts.
Yeah, so I was coming back
Yeah,
from
just like
coming back
more
from a
than I asked
wedding,
for.
and then I was on the freeway, and then a car pulled in front of me, and the cars ahead were all already braking because there's like a bit of a pileup. So I had to brake right away because otherwise I would have hit him. I swerved to the right, car fishtailed, flipped, boom, 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 boom,
Oh my god.
skidded
That's
across.
crazy.
Car got totaled. I woke up upside down, and I was like, oh shit. I gotta unbutton the seatbelt because in the movies the cars always blow up. So, so I'm like scrambling out of there, and I'm like, ooh, okay. And then I'm just like, nothing's happening. No one's around. I'm like, what do I do now? Crawl back in, and
Whoa, what?
I'm like, and I
Oh
get
my
because I
God.
needed my phone, and I got my phone, and then like I call people and stuff. I'm like, hey, can you? I called the girl I was seeing, and I was, hey, can you come pick me up? And so I'm like waiting for her to come, and then the ambulance starts to come, and then I'm like, can I run away? I could, but I'm like, I feel like I should stay.
Oh my
And
god,
I
this
ended
is
up staying.
wild.
Ended up staying, talked to the ambulance. They're like, oh, okay, you seem fine, like nothing crazy. Cops come, everything too. Talk to
Okay.
them. They take me, they don't put me drunk tank, and then I was fine. Went home.
that
And
was-
I held it together the entire time. I was very like social. I was cracking jokes. I was talking to the cop. He wants to do real estate. I got his number.
Oh my
Well, I
God.
gave him my number because he wants to like invest and do all that stuff. So I'm like, yeah, let's like connect after my whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was good. And then I got home and I
You were
saw
good
my
after that.
sister. And then I cried. And then we broke down and we were like,
Holy shit. dude.
Wow, that was crazy. That was
Yeah.
more than
Nuts.
that was more than I expected. I was thinking just like I don't know, something that was a lot. No,
Yeah.
but that was good. That was good. Okay, what is your alcohol of choice?
tequila.
Whiskey.
What is your ick?
Girls who eat too much mayo.
Okay.
Yeah, I hate mayo, and some girls are like really saucy, and like they just eat so much sauce. It's
Oh,
just like,
yeah,
"Ugh,
yeah,
I can't. There was a girl who came once, like she wanted to hang out, and she had like her salad,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like only what was left was the vinaigrette, and she just like it's like one of those plastic boxes, and she just like upended it, drank the vinaigrette, and I was like,
Oh, that's an ick. That's an ick. That's
you
an
gotta
ick.
go. You gotta go. I'm sorry.
No. You.
I'm a very disgusting individual,
He
so
is.
it's kind of hard to.
No, because if you think you're already disgusting, so anything more than what you would do,
No, I don't think so. No.
you don't have it.
I'm
Dang,
pretty-
You
no
literally do
ick.
anything.
Yeah, it's a little tough. I don't know. I don't really have it. Yeah.
How long was your longest relationship?
4 years.
Almost 10 years.
Who's a girl you would date again?
Oh shit.
Someone asked that on a dating show.
Whoa.
Like, what show is it? I think it was
That's a
Are
fucked
You
up
the
question.
One? And they brought their exes on, and they were saying, like, they put them at a border next to each other, and they asked, would you date again? And they both had to show yes or no.
Oh,
and some of
okay.
the exes were like, yes. And I'm like, the
Wow.
answer is always no. Would there be someone, you don't have to say the name, would there be someone you would date again?
Would there be? No. No.
Yeah. There's one I'd probably date again.
Ooh. Ooh.
Nah, we're not getting
Hey,
names
we'll
here.
bleep it out. We bleep
Say
it
it.
out, bro.
We're
Come
not
on. We'll
getting
bleep it out,
names
bro.
here.
Come on.
Just the only. That's my first love. That's the only one. My first love.
It's always a first love for everyone. Not me, though, but I'm just saying, for
say
people.
the name, bro.
You already know.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a real good one.
Soundtrack to your life.
Soundtrack to my life. Dun, dun, dun. I don't even remember the title again.
Probably something
about
Bad
us.
Bunny.
Interesting. Okay.
It was a Corinne Bailey Ray song. It was like Just Like a Star, I think.
Last question. What is one small thing you would want your viewers to know about you? Because someone out there is going to think you guys are cute and they're going to remember the small thing about you when they meet you in real life. What's that one thing?
Yeah, I'm actually a good person.
Damn. You're like, you don't actually talk shit.
I swear.
But people want the mystery. Maybe they just want like a little of the I'm a mean guy, but I'm really soft on
Peter
the
doesn't
inside.
come off as a mean guy. He's very open about his like trauma and all his stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, people think you're a good guy, right?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I think so. I mean, maybe I know you
Thank
too.
you, Mario. I appreciate you, bro.
You're trash, but you're still a good person.
Damn.
I feel like I'm very transparent, so like everything's kind of out there. Yeah, I don't really hide much, even like the bad
He
stuff.
really does.
Give the girl the coffee order. She'll remember the coffee order and she'll see you next time and she'll give you the coffee.
Oh,
That's the
like
thing.
what you were saying.
Yeah, like I was
okay.
saying earlier. You got to give her something.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say earlier. I mean, we cut this.
It's okay.
but-
You could ask.
No, and you know how I had that reaction earlier, and I said like I don't really have like a blueprint for like what's your move. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
just remember I wouldn't say it's like a move, but I noticed I do this with everyone that I like. That I always try to put things that seem like coincidences together, and it seems like
Explain.
fate. So like
It seems like fate.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
No.
So I'm like decent at storytelling. So I'll just be like, oh, isn't it funny that we met up at the same spot, same time, and then we didn't know each other then, but somehow months later we met, and then when we talked, we knew all the same people. Isn't that kind of
You-
strange? And then
Aw.
Okay,
you know,
storyteller.
yeah, yeah. So I'll say that, and then I'll constantly like bring it up here and there, like, oh, what weird coincidence. And then, but I know I'm doing it on purpose
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
make everything like relatable.
Remember the small things about him, guys.
It's in his pants.
Oh no. What about you?
I have a huge soft spot for dogs, old people, and babies, and it's just people that can't take care of themselves. You know, they can't take care of themselves.
He likes people
You're about
softer
to
than
have
him.
the titas and the grandmas and the lolas like out for you right now.
Just tell her,
That's it.
just ask her if I said her name was Maganda.
Okay, last thing I end on. My small thing. Everyone knows this. I just like green Skittles, but not the lime flavored green Skittles. That's just
Oh.
like my thing. Like if I
Oh.
were famous on my writer list, it would be green Skittles in the green room. So like my friends know about it. So like when I was like shooting at work, they were just joking around. They hand-picked green Skittles for me.
Oh,
But yeah, that's one small weird thing about me. I'll pick all the green ones first, eat those, and then I'll just eat whatever's the rest.
You're gonna get a bunch of green Skittles
I know,
sent
I'm
to you
like,
in the
oh
mail.
fuck, I hate green Skittles now.
there was actually an episode where someone asked us, because we reveal everything about what we like, what if there's someone out there that
What?
just picks all those things from your like the interviews and the episodes and like presents themselves exactly like that package,
Oh,
the
no.
perfect package.
I'm
I was
cool
like,
with
oh,
it.
that'd be kind of interesting.
Oh, that's kind of scary. Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be a good K-drama. Yeah, that could be mine. That could be my crazy K-drama. I get someone who just like gets me on social for my personality and picks out
Yeah.
everything and then starts to love me, and then I fall for it, and then I find out they're crazy and that they have a double life and they have a twin brother. I feel like it's always a twin.
But the twin brother's the good one.
The
right?
twin brother is actually the one that I want.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's so
There you go.
crazy.
All right, guys, that concludes our lightning round. I want to say thank you to our amazingly funny, fashionable guest,
Thank you.
Sammie. Let us know where we can find you.
You can find me at Splendid Sammie. It's spelled Sammie. We do the double M-I-E. Don't you forget it.
And thank you guys for tuning in on the Sammie Show.
Period. Thanks for coming back to my
Make-
channel, everyone. Please subscribe to Guys That Listen.
Hey, she knows,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Make sure you subscribe, like, and comment below what you guys want to hear us talk about next. And remember, live fast, eat ass.